Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hey, Heliopolis, Sarah, Staten, Duel 7, Fireblaze, Jim, Robert, Michael, welcome, welcome. We started this puzzle last week and didn't finish, so we are going to try to finish it. I'm going to try to remember what's going on with it. I'll re-go over the rules, but we're going to keep our markings in. Well, thanks, Robert. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing the Saturday streams. I still need to really figure out when I'm going to stream on weekdays, because I can't do it when I have been, so hopefully we will be back to normal, well, to a new normal soon enough. I'm okay, Sarah, just adjusting. Hey, David, welcome. All right, well, let's re-go over the rules for this one. So this is called Mean World Syndrome by Miky. We started it last week and didn't finish because we didn't have enough time. So we have normal Sudoku rules. We also have mean arrow rules. So circle digits contain the mean average of any arrows that leave them. So these are not normal arrows that you might be used to. These are kind of like average arrows, or mean as in the average. So what we need to do is we need to sum the values in the arrows and divide that sum by the number of arrow cells, and then that goes in the circle. So another way to think about that is this sum is the number of cells times the circle, if you want to think about it that way. So if this was a 4, these would sum to 8. And then it is standard Kropki 1:2 ratio and consecutive with not all dots given. Yeah, so we figured out we did math to figure out, like, we got this, the outies of this left column here and the right column. So yeah, so what we did was we said this is, say, so this sums to 3 times the circle. The total is 3 times the circle, and this total is 3 times the circle. So these are the sum of these are divisible by 3, and then the sum of a Kropki dot is the same. It's going to be 1 plus 2, like n plus 2n, if you sum them. And so that's also divisible by 3, and we know that the whole column is divisible by 3. So this could only have been 3, 6, or 9, and we narrowed it down to 3. Hey, Snowman the Jam. Yeah, it has been a while. And then we had, yeah, so, and we had something similar going on here. That had to be a 9. One could only be in a circle if all the cells on the arrow were 1. So I don't think any of these circles can be 1. You took a little break from Sudoku? I understand. Welcome back. So yeah, I don't remember exactly what we were I think we were just basically stuck at this point. So someone left a comment on something they saw. If someone wants to look at last week's video, there's a comment, I forget from who, that described what they saw. To continue, feel free to take a look at that. Yep, they're average arrows. Yeah, we know 9 is on the... That's right, we know 9 is on these arrows somewhere. In fact, we knew exactly what these were going to be, didn't we? Or no, we didn't know exactly what they were going to be. Hold on. Because it depends on whether this Kropki dot's 1, 2, or 2, 4. I'm trying to remember. Stopping a puzzle for a week and coming back maybe wasn't the best idea. We knew these were going to be 1, 7, and 2, 8. Hey, MicroStudy, welcome. Color the same parity arrows. What do you mean by that? Chest by mail popped into your head? Oh, yeah. Hey, Sotek. YouTube didn't want you to see this? Oh. Well, all of you need to hit like so that YouTube knows that we all like this stream. It's true. On 2-cell arrows, digits will always be the same parity as each other so that we can divide them by 2. Is there a way to connect that, though? This will have 1 green and purple, so this will have 1 green and purple. This has 1 green and purple. I don't see how this, at least these ones, I don't see how they transfer anywhere else. Yeah, we saw 9, 7, 8 as an option last week too. It doesn't make them divisible by 4, it makes them divisible by 2. So this has an even on it, and this has an odd on it. So we have one more even to place, which is either the 4 up here, or it's an even in a circle. No worries, Jamman. This is a difficult puzzle. And we didn't get very far last week. About a half an hour. Or longer, actually. There's somewhere else to parity color that might be more useful. Okay, if this black dot is 2, 4, then 2 evens are used. So, okay, so if this is 2, 4, then these are even and this is odd. Let's just pick an arrow and say this is the even arrow and this is the odd arrow. The odd arrow will be completely odd, and the even arrow will average to an odd number. That's how that would work out. And so the 2 evens would be 6, 8, and then that would be with a 7. And then the 2 odds would be, what, 1, 9 with a 5? Is that the only... That's the only way to do that, I think. Because the 1 can't go in the circle. So this is one way this is going to work out. The other way it works out is an even and an odd up here. Yeah, of course the arrows could be swapped, but yeah, let me transfer this over here so that I can clean it up. Here. This is just my notes for what was over here. That doesn't mean that these are these cells. So this would be a 1, 4. Sorry, this would be a 1, 2. I just said we're not caring about the order of the arrows. We're just caring about what would go in one and what would go in the other. Oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. I'm not going to read chat. Chat can help each other. All right, so we have 4 through 9 left. So how am I going to distribute 4 through 9 in these? Yeah, so one possibility is 7, 9 with an 8 on one of them, and then we'd have 4, 5, 6 left. So we could do 4, 6, 5 for that. So that's one option. Is there another option? Like, could I do 4, 9? No, that's not good. I need to do 2 odds together and 2 evens together. So I could do 4, 8. That's 12. 4, 8 adding to 6. Let me pull these notes over too. I don't have room for it. If there's enough possibilities, I don't think these notes are going to be at all helpful. But if we had 4, 8, that adds to 12, so we could do that with a 6. There's 3 ways to do it. Yeah, I don't think this is helpful. I mean, unless this 1, 2 pair with the 3 does something, but I guess the 3 doesn't help. But so what's left? The odds are left, so we'd have 5, 7, and 9 left. So 5 plus 9, giving us 7. Yeah, I don't think this is a fruitful case check. If this ends up 2-4, then it's forced. So maybe this is premature. It does a lot if this is 2-4. So I could work through 2-4 and see if it breaks the puzzle within some reasonable bounds. Because it does force a whole lot to happen. Let's just work through it and look at the consequences, because maybe there's something we can see if we work backwards from there. So if this was 2-4, then we're gonna have 2 evens and 2 odds. We always have 2 evens and 2 odds. This can't be with a 1-9. So this is the 1-9, adding to 5. And then this is the 6, what do we have? 6-8, adding to 7. So this 5 does make this the 4 and this the 5. So the 4 is going to be the 1-7, and then the 5 is going to be the 2-8. So that's not a 5, that's not a 4. Now, can we break it quickly? Or is this the solution? I don't know. But okay, so 5. These would need to add to 10. Could not do 1-9, 2-8, so or 3-7 or 4-6. Okay, so it wouldn't be a 5. So it would be a 6. Adding to 12. So 3-9, not 4-8, not 5-7. So this would be 6-3-9. This is, I think, 4. Hold on. Because I do remember there was a relationship between these arrows that we thought about. But I don't remember. Let's see. If this was a 6, these would need to add to 12. We could do 3-9 here as well, couldn't we? 3-9. Can't do 4-8. You could do 5-7. No, we can't do 5-7, obviously. So it's either 6 with 3-9, or it's 4 adding to 8. 1-7. Yeah, so this one can't be figured out. This is still either 4 or 6. Now, the question is whether this is broken. What are these 3? 2, 5, and 8. Adding to 10, we could do 1-9. We could do 2-8. Yeah, so it could add to 10. What about 8? Well, we know there's a 2 looking down here. Does that affect the 4? I don't know. There's a 2-8 pair here. Easier 5 is broken and so is 4? Where? Where is 5 and 4 broken? I roll out 8-16 would be 7-9. That would be fine. Yeah, that's why we filled a 6. I'm confused. Even filling this super force situation, like, I don't see it being broken, which it may be the solution. But the other case, I can't case check the other case, right? So like, if you just join music cassette, I am bifurcating. I am pretending this is 2-4, and we're hoping the puzzle breaks. So I'm trying to find somewhere that the puzzle is obviously broken. We're going to try to work backwards from that to find what the logic was supposed to be, but we're trying to figure out if this is broken in an obvious way, and it doesn't seem to be. So which means I may have bifurcated the correct path, or it means that we are not supposed to be looking at this being 1-2 or 2-4. 4-5 in row 1. If Garion's baffled, then we're in trouble. Let's see. Well, these can't be 4, so 4 goes up here. 4 could not go with the 8. Well, oh no, sorry, it could. I'm thinking about normal arrows again. If this was an 8, would we have trouble with 4 and 5 in this row? This would add to 16. Yes, so that would be 7, 9 only. And then both 4. Okay, so 8 is broken. Very nice, Robert. Oh, apparently you weren't. Oh no, but this can be a 4. Never mind, this would be a 4. Ah. Never mind. Because we could just put a 5 here. So if this was an 8, this would be 7, 9. We're double bifurcating at this point. This would be a 1. I just need to know if this is broken or not. I don't know, like, I don't want to spend a bunch of time thinking about a case that's not going to be helpful. At this point. Well, I did. Here. I did. It's 4, 5, or 6. Four or 5 forces this to be 2, 8. 5. Whoops. Sorry. Okay, let's look at 5. So these add to 10. They can't be 1, 9. They could be 2, 8. Oh no, they can't be 2, 8 because there's a 2 in the column. 3, 7, 4, 6. Okay, 5 doesn't work. This can't be 5. So if this was a 4, this would be 5 with a 2, 8. And these would add to 8. They'd be 1, 7. Or 2, not 2, 6, not 3, 5. So they'd be 1, 7. Which means that 1, 7 is here or here, I guess. Do you have an actual deduction from that music cassette? Because we looked at that last week. Lakia, the max 3 different digits can add to is 9. The max 3 different digits can add to is 24. 987 is 24. Divided by 3 is 8, which is why I have an 8 here. Okay, so we're going to do a mod 3 argument, I guess, against 4 here. So if this is a 4, that's a 5, this has to be 2, 8. So that's our intro. So we need these to add to something divisible by 3, because that's divisible by 3 and that's divisible by 3, and the whole row is. So 4, we're at mod 1. Are 2 and 8 the same mod 3? They are. They're the same mod 3. So this makes us equal to mod 3. The 0. This is 0 mod 3. And then 1 or 2 doesn't help. 1 or 2 gets us out of that. Because these add to either 6 or 12, right? Okay, I get it. So 4 is also broken. And so that's huge, because now this is a 6. Well, maybe it's huge. Let's think about the 6 arrow. This adds to 12. So 3, 9 would work. 4, 8 would work. 5, does 5, 7 work? Hold on, 4, 8 doesn't work. 4, 8 isn't possible, because 4, 8 would put 1, 7 in here, adding to 5. Which it doesn't. 5, 7, I think, has the same issue, because this would be 2, 8 adding to 4. So this is 3, 9. I think I remember that from last week, that we knew that's how 6 would work. Yeah, trying to remember last week. But it doesn't affect which case this is, as far as I know. Now, 1, 2, and 7, 8 are the same. 1 and 7 are the same, and 2 and 8 are the same in mod 3. So here, we need these two to add to a number divisible by 3. So if this was a 1, we would need this to be a 2 or an 8. If this were a 2, we'd need this to be a 1 or 7. And if this were a 4, we'd again need this to be 2 or 8. Hey, Riff Cloud. Pretty sure 4 or 5 works, but remember, these are not normal arrows. 8 does not work. 8 specifically doesn't work? Oh, I see what you're saying. So if this is an 8, this needs to be a 1 to get the 8 to 9. It can't be 2 or 4. That's not going to be divisible by 3. So if this is an 8, this is not a 2. That's the important part. So that is a 2. And then now 8 can't join 2 to add to average to 5. So this is not 8, and that's not 2. Do we need to think about what these will end up being at all? Hey, Derek. Welcome. We're still chiseling away at this Miky puzzle. Hey, 4K Prod. So we're gonna have 2 evens and 2 odds on the arrows, like we said over here. So do we want to count evens and odds somehow? So here he says row 5, oh, I can turn on row column numbers. Row 5, column 7 has to be 6, and only one of 3, 9 is on the arrow? Only one of 3, 9 is on the arrow. Why? At least one of 3, 9. Okay, so we have 3, 9 here and 3, 9 here. So we've got 3 and 9 down here. Gotcha. So at least one of 3, 9's on the arrow. So if this was a 4, this would be 5, and this would be 2, 8. So this would need to add to 8. We can't use the 9. That's already too big. And using the 3 will require the 5. Okay, so 4 is broken. 5 puts a 4 here. This would be 1, 7. Again, can't put the 9 on the arrow. Because we can't do 9, 1. Okay. So can't put 9 on the arrow. With the 3, we can't do... Oh, okay. Wow, that's a good observation. So this is a 6 as well. And with a... So it is 3, 9. Because we have a 3 or a 9 on it, so it must be 3, 9. Wow, okay. Oops, that's way too many 3, 9s. Let's see here. Very nice spot from Sayori. We're whittling. Right, so these add to 12. So we can't put a 6 on them. Or we need 2 of them. And these 6s look in. So 6 is on this 3-length arrow, which adds to 18. So we need another 12. So we can't do 3, 9. I think we could do 4, 8 or 5, 7 though. Yeah, so 18 plus 12 is 30. So these add to 15 and 4. So text point is, this is a 6 with either a 4, 8 or a 5, 7 to get another 12, which does make a virtual 4, 5 pair. So this is not 4 or 5. Let's think about this. 9's not on any of these circles. 1's never on a circle. Can't add to 4. Okay, so, and the 6's point. So 7 would add to 14. This feels like we can narrow it down a lot more now. 14, 5, 9, 4, 8 is the only 2 ways to add to 14. And then 8 is 7, 9. That's a lot of... It's just not 6. Okay. So 6, okay, so what that means is 6 is in one of these two cells only in the column. Oh, did I do the math wrong for 14? Darn it. I think I did the math wrong for 14. 5, 9 or 6, 8. Or 7, 9. Hey, Palfly, welcome. So there's no 4 on this arrow. Yeah, 4 is too small. There's a weird 2, 3, 9 triple. Yeah, so there's a 7 on here and there's no 4. But there could be a 4 up here. None of 2, 3, 9 can go on the arrow in row 6. So with the 6, we need to add to 12. Let's just fill it. So we got the 6, and we're with either 4, 8, or 5, 7. So that's it. Can't be 3, 9 because of that cell. Yeah, so that's a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quint. So these are 1, 2, 3, 9. This isn't 3, 9, or 2, so we get a 1. There we go. That's huge. Let's do this column first. 2, 8, that gives us 5. This doesn't have 5, 7 on it, so it's 4, 6, 8. This is a 4 with 1, 7. Give me some time to clean this up. I want to do low-hanging fruit, but I know that there's a bunch of stuff we can do around the edge. We have 4 and 7 left here. This triple is 2, 5, and 8. The 2 is here. I might want to do the mod 3 here, but I might want to... No, I think 2 in this column is the important thing to look at, because these can't be 2 anymore. And this certainly is not a 2. So, oh, but we knew 2 was up here. Okay, never mind. So this, yes, this needs to add to 12. So it's 3, 9. Can't be 4, 8. For a lot of reasons. It can't be 5, 7. Okay. So then these are 1, 2, 5, and 7. That's not a 7. So there's a 7 here. Oh, the 4, 6, 8 does it. The 4, 6, 8 gives us this 7. So this adds to, unfortunately, it adds to 14. So it's 5, 9, or 6, 8. But we may still be able to do something with that. Okay, do I want to do mod 3 up here now that it's real? These two need to add to something divisible by 3. I don't think the 1 works. No, it does with the 2. So if that's a 1, that's a 2. If that's a 7... Also a 2? This is always 2? So if this was an 8, this would be 7, 9. Um, Five, these would add to 10. We wouldn't be 2, 8, or 4, 6. We'd be either 1, 9 or 3, 7. Okay, I'm being encouraged to do math here. So these, let's add these up. So this is 21, plus 3 is 24, plus 2 is 26. So these add to 25, 19. Is 19 right for these four? So these add to either 18, which would mean mod 3 works, but these are the same mod 3. 18 means 6, so this would be 6 with something that adds to 12. So it would not be 5, 7, so it would be 4, 8. Could it be 3, 9? No, because there's no 3. If this was a 4, 19 minus 4, that's 15. So if these added to 15, this would be a 5. And these would add to 10. Does 1, 9 work? One, 9, 2, 8. Can't use a 2. 2, 8. Can't do 3, 7. 4, 6. What's wrong with 4, 6? Okay, if this is a 5, this is a 6, 8. So we couldn't do 4, 6. Okay. Oh, and there's hypothetically a 4 right there. So there's kind of like, yeah, this is like a 1, 4 virtual pair here. And then there's like a 5, 6 virtual pair here. Okay. So those are our options. This is not a 4 or a 9. So what does that mean this one is? We have to do it again. If this is a 5, it's 1, 9. If this is a 6, it's 4, 8, right? Okay. So now we're mathing row 1. So these add to 8 plus 1. So let's say these add to 9. Then these add to 45 minus 9, 36. We can divide that by 3 to get what the circles add to. So the circles would add to 12. So 5, 7, which would be fine because that's a 1, or 8, 4. 8, 4 doesn't work because this is a 1. We can't do, oh no, that 4 adds to 8, sorry. So that's a 1. So we wouldn't be able to do 1, 7. Can't do 2, 6. So we'd be doing 3, 5 with the 4. I think that works. Okay, so that's 12. If this is a 7, then these add to 8 plus 7, 15. So these would add to 10. So with a 7 here, how do we add to 10? 1, 9. You can't put 1 in a circle, though. Can't do 2, 8. Can't do 3, 7. Can't do 4, 6. Okay, so this is not a 7. This is a 1. Got it. And these are the options. So adding to 10 here would be 3, 7 only. Oops. So 5 here, that would, then this could not be a 7. Yeah, that doesn't work. So this is 8 and 4. Let me just double check the 5. Okay, if this is a 5, this is a 7. How am I adding to 10? I can't do 1, 9. I can't do 2, 8. Can't do 3, 7. I can't do 4, 6. Yeah. So that's an 8. Now, how am I adding to 16? It has to be 7, 9. That's a 4. And this is adding, this is whatever's left. 3, 5. And it's a good thing I didn't use my coloring because these ended up both odd. Yep, this 3, 5 pair sorts the 6. Which sorts the 5, 9. Which sorts the 4, 8. And the 1. Very nice. Some good progress here. This is not 8. So that's not 7. Oh, so this is 2 and 8. That's not a 2. Two, 5 looks down. That's not 5, so that's not 4. There's a virtual white dot between these because of this white dot. We have 4, 5, and 7, 8. So, 3 in this row? I don't see what 3 in row 5 does. Okay. We haven't really looked at this arrow or much at this one. What is this? 4, 5, 7. Wait, where's not? Yeah, 9's up here. If this is a 5, that's a 4, that's a 7. No, it works. Yeah, I haven't looked at this one either. Hey, Nicholas. Yep. Don't forget to like the stream, everybody. Okay, if that's a 5, that's a 4, that... Okay, so there's always a 7 here, right? Because either this is a 7, in which case, yes, there's a 7 here, or this is a 5, making this a 4, and that a 7. So there's a 7 in one of these two, which looks up, giving us 4 and 7. There we go. So this is not a 4. It's a 5, 7 pair. So okay, so what can this be? It can't be a 1. Can't put 1 in a circle. Can't be 2. Let's put 3 in for a sec. Can't be 4. I guess it could be 5. Can't be 6, 7, 8. I think it could be a 9. So 3, 5, or 9. Now 3 would force these to add to 6. 3, 3 is not possible, so it would be 2, 4. 2, 4 does look possible. Oh yeah, 9's not possible in circles either. Right. So this was a 5, these would add to 10. Is 2, 8 possible? I think so. So, okay, so, sorry, with a 3 here, this would be a 4. That would be a 2. With a 5, we'd do 2, 8, or 3, 7, or 9, 1. But not 9, 1. So this is never 9. Oh, we have a 3, 5 pair here. That's not a 5. That's not a 3. I don't think we can figure out which is which. Only 2 candidates here? Okay, let's take a look. Could be 1, can't be 2. Can't be 3, 4. In fact, this is a triple here. Let's just do this. 1, 5, and 6, it looks like, is left in this row. And 6 is up here. And this can't be a 5 because of the 3, 5 pair. So if this is a 1, this has to be an odd number to go with the 1. It could be another 1 adding to 2, I think. Could it be a 3? Sorry, 1 plus 1 would average to 1. That doesn't work. A 3 would average to 2. A 5 would average to 3. A 7 would average to 4. No, 7 doesn't work, set 9 doesn't work. If this is a 6, we need an even number here. 6 and 2 averages to 4. That doesn't work. 6 and 4 doesn't work. 6 and 6 we can't do. 6 and 8 averages to 7. That doesn't work. This is a 1. So that's a 3 with a 2. Wow, okay. Didn't see the whole consequence of the Sudoku, but that's fine. That's a 2. 2 plus... So this has to be even, so it's not going to be 7. 2 plus 4 or 2 plus 8 both work still, I think. This is a 3, 5. This is 9 and 3. So what's this triple? 1, 4, 8. Let's just fill these quads here. Seven, 8 pair. 6, 8 pair gives us 4 and 9. That's an 8. That's a 5. Phew. Oh, we got a 6 here. Good thing we didn't pay too much attention to that one. All right, I'm just gonna good lift the remaining cells and clean them up. If there's anything to clean up. Holy moly. Nine's one of these two. Oop, whoa. Nine's one of these two. So none of these are 9. So these need to add to 18. And with if this can't be a 1 then, because then these would have to add to 18 or to 17, they can't. 7 would require let's remove the pencil marks here. We know it can't be 9. 7 hold on, can this be 2? These would add to 16. They'd have to be a 7-9 pair, but so this would be 9, this would be 7. I think that actually works. Oops. Okay, if this is a 7, what do these add to? They add to 11. Can't be 2, 9. 3, 8 works. I don't know if this is right. Thing to look at. You found a triple in row 8. 5, 7, 9 triple. Nice. So that's a 4 and that's a 7. So what are these? 1, 2, 8. It's gotta be this arrow. Can't be 2. Didn't we say 2 requires 7, 9 pair here? What's wrong with a 7, 9? One doesn't work here, that's true. Because this would be 8, 9, but this can't be the 8. Okay, let's think about whether this can be 7, 8. Because 7, 8 would force 9, 2. Which is 11. So this would have to be 7. It doesn't work. So this is never 7, 8. This is 4, 5. That's 7, 8. There we go. Okay, so that's 7. So these need to add to 11. So we're not using a 1 for that. And it looks like we're finishing now. Crazy puzzle. Took me quite a while. Let's see. It looks like, I think it preserves the... This has been solved 27 times since yesterday? Holy crap. Oh, it got a CTC feature? Okay. When was it featured? Like today? Or yeah, it must have been yesterday that it got featured, right? Or is it like it was featured a while ago and there's people still trickling in solving it? This whole puzzle was hard a week ago? Okay, I see. So it's like a trickle effect later. That cell was a 1, if anyone remembers what they bet. Yeah, this puzzle was tough the whole way through. Alrighty. That one's done. I've decided that I'm going to do Denver, even though it's hard. I'll let Zeta know. All right. Let's go over the rules carefully here. I did watch him do a 6x6 version of this yesterday, so I learned some tricks. Hey, Zeta. Let's see if I remember any of them. So this, let's marker, hold on. This is called Denver. It's by Zetamath. You may know Zetamath from his own YouTube channel. And welcome, Zeta. Yeah, I only got to watch half of Denver, Missouri, but hopefully it helped. I wasn't able to watch the last half of it. All right. Normal Fillomino rules. So we're going to be breaking the grid into ominos. So ominos are orthogonally connected areas, like that, for example. And we in every single cell of an omino, we fill its size. So let's say this was the omino, then we'd fill 5s in all of these. 2 ominos of the same size can't touch. So what I can't do is say, oh, I've got this omino of size 5, so I'm going to put 5s in there too. Now we have 2 ominos of the same size touching. That's not allowed. So, but what I could do is make it, say, a 6 size omino, and those are touching, and that's fine. So that's how Fillomino works. They may touch diagonally. So if I have these 3 and these 3, and they're both 3s, that's fine. Okay. Then we have country road rules. So we're going to be drawing a loop around the grid. Something like that loop, but it's probably bigger. It moves through the center of some cells. The loop must visit each omino exactly once. So every omino is touched. The loop enters each omino and exits each omino, obviously. May visit any number of cells within that omino from 1 up to the full size of the omino. Okay, so it visits at least 1, but can visit up to all of them. If 2 orthogonally adjacent cells are both unvisited by the loop, there cannot be a border between them. So these 2 cells are both not visited by the loop, so they must be in the same omino. There's no border. So this, I don't think this loop is correct that I drew. Oh, and also I moved diagonally by accident. The loop does not move diagonally. It moves orthogonally through cells. There we go. That was the only issue with this loop, though. Now it's perfect. So basically all of these cells in the grid except these ones are guaranteed in the same omino with this loop. There we go. This is perfect. And then these also, because these are groups of 2. There we go. So we have one giant omino of size 50,000, and then we have this loop. Okay. Anyway, that's enough of that. I don't think this loop's correct. But that is how country road works. We have these arrows on the grid. You may have noticed them. They're the only thing in the grid. I believe the pencil puzzlers say visualize when they so rapidly intuit the solution like that. Yes, indeed. Arrows always point directly at a border. So if we're drawing borders, we can draw a border on all of these, etc. So let's take one of these borders as an example. I'm going to draw the rest later, I suppose. So the arrow points at a border. The number pointed to by an arrow, say 5. That's the number pointed to it by the arrow. This 5 is a valid country road clue for the omino that contains the arrow. So that means that whatever omino is here, let's say it's this, for whatever reason, this arrow is pointing at a 5. Obviously, this isn't right because of these arrows, but ignore that. This arrow is pointing at a 5. That means the country road clue for this omino is 5. Not for this one, for this one. And so that is the number of cells in the omino that are visited by the loop. So this loop would be visited by 5. The loop would visit 5 cells in this omino. So we could do like that. So let's make it green. So the loop could do that. And not really, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the 5, this 5 clue tells us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So those are the rules. Nice and simple, easy to remember rules. So let's see how we do. Let's draw all our borders to start with. Because why not? There's a lot of them. I'm going to miss one or two so that chat has something to do. And for no other reason. All right. So these are connected, right? Well, I guess we could have a monomino. Well, okay. Is there a reason we couldn't make this a monomino? Probably. So what would be the rule that would say you're not allowed to be a monomino? Being pointed to by an arrow makes it hard to be a monomino. Every single one of these borders needs the loop visiting at least one of them. You remember the puzzle too well to help? That's okay. Let's see if I can do this. It might take some time, but I may ask for help if I need it. Have you seen Zeta solve his own puzzles? That's giving him a lot of credit, Carrion. Let's see. There's going to be something I haven't intuited yet and haven't remembered from literally yesterday when zetamath literally explained some of the things this rule set does. So one of the things I do remember is if a region, okay, so this is important, right? If a region contains an arrow, so let's say, or an omino, sorry. If an omino contains an arrow, let's say this is a three size omino. If it contains an arrow, then the country road can't go through every cell of the omino. Like, let's say this was an omino. The country road can't go through every cell because then this would be the clue, the country road clue, and it would also be a 3. And then we'd have 2 3-ominos, tri-ominos. We have 2 3-size ominos touching each other, which is against the Fillomino rules. So any region that contains an arrow cannot have every cell visited by the loop. One of your students said, I'm surprised this is 4 stars. It's the only 4-star puzzle I've been able to solve. Nice. So that means this can't be a monomino, right? Because if it does apply to monominos. If this was a monomino, whoa, then this would be a 1. It must be visited by the loop in some way because that's in the rules. And so then this would also be a 1. And we'd have 2 monominos next to each other. So this cell is not a... One day I will be in the right mode. This cell is not a monomino, so it has to get out. This cell's not a monomino, so it has to get out. This cell has to get out. This cell has to get out. Okay. Is there an argument that we can't grow the green to here? If we grow the green to here, then these are the same digit as each other, which would mean that these aren't the... So let's say these were both 5, right? Whatever this clue ends up being, these would be the same. That would mean this would have to be a different omino. Arrows can be read as greater than signs. Yeah. Because the country road clue can't be larger than the size of the omino. Okay, maybe I'm not quite ready for that observation. But this one needs to get out as well. So the reason they're greater than signs is because the omino has to be strictly larger than the clue. So we're pointing at the smaller number. So whatever's here, this gets smaller, and then this is smaller still. So this does need to grow to at least 3 in size. Yeah, and I can't decide if this works. If we grew here. Oh, well, clearly we can't grow here. Because if we grew here, then this is bigger than this, but then also, like, whatever we fill here, this has to be smaller, and then, yeah, that doesn't work. The greater than signs contradict. So green can't go there. So green does go here, because it must be at least 3 in size, because we just said this is bigger than this, which is bigger than that. And so then these two are the same digit. So let's use purple again to say this is the same size as this, which means this can't be green or purple. So this is some new omino. Could be a monomino. But then purple has to get out, because purple is not an omino. Which means this needs to also separate them. We can't have 2 monominos in a row. Did I find my first biomino and first monomino? Did I do that right? Stop, no. Well, my thought process was if this was a monomino, then this would also be a monomino. But I guess I didn't prove it can't be, it can't just be that purple takes this turn. So that was a case I didn't see. I didn't see that we could maybe connect these purples. It would make green big, but that's fine. Okay, so I don't know that that's a monomino. What happens if the purples connect? Green gets bigger by a lot. That's a... Is it reasonable to only have the loop go into one cell of this purple? It's not, because, the loop just has to graze these. The loop touches one of these two. Right, I can draw this border, thank you, Derek. So the loop needs to touch one of these two, one of these two, one of these two, one of these two, one of these two. The loop has to enter here. I don't think purple can have only one cell with the loop in it. So let's think about how would we do that with the loop going through the yellow cell? Because if the yellow cell's okay, so let's draw this purple again. If the yellow cell is a monomino, then we know this cell's visited by the loop. The loop only has, I guess the loop would have to do this. That's the only way, because it's not allowed to use. It's not allowed to use more than one of. Oh, I guess it would. It could turn. It could turn down as well. I'm not sure that this is helpful. The loop would go here. Right. We gotta visit one of these two. Okay, so we definitely visit one of these two because the loop isn't gonna exit twice into purple, right? Because then it's visiting more than one purple. But then we need to visit one of these two. And if we move up and visit this one, we're gonna visit this one. So we always visit this one as well. But if we visit this one, we're gonna, the only way that it would work to visit this one and not visit more than one purple is to do this corner. And then now we have the smallest country road loop in existence. And it breaks here because we need a loop in one of these two. So that doesn't work. So this is not a monomino. So it's a biomino. Puzzle done. So the loop visiting one of these two, if the loop visits this one, it has to take the corner, right? So the loop does visit this cell. Does that mean we have a monomino here? I think it means we have a monomino here. I think I had done that before as well. And so the loop visits this cell for sure. Purple's not allowed to be 2 in size, so purple has to grow. In my head, I have visualized that it probably does... Whoa, not that. That doesn't do that. It probably takes this corner and then comes down, or goes here, comes down, or something like that. That's what I'm kind of thinking it does, but I don't know if that's the only way. We know purple is not 2, so purple grows. We know green has to be bigger than purple, so green grows. Do we know that purple can't be 3? Oh, you meant this one. Sorry. All right, puzzle's almost done. Just gotta wrap it up now. Let's see. True, this cell is not purple. Definitely true, because there's a border. Right, so I can draw this border, true. So this is either a monomino or it's green. Do we have similar, or do we have similar problems with this being a monomino? I don't know if it's... The alligator goes the wrong way. Oh, because its clue is here and here. Right. These are greater than signs, but we point at the lower digit. So this can't be a monomino, or these would have to be 1s as well. So this is green then. We used the fancy fact that purple isn't 0. True. So this is also purple. No. Yes, this is also purple. Because these are both the country road clue for this green area. Could be the same purple as this purple. If it was, this purple would come down. And then green would have to extend. SL Zerominos. Oh no. Don't give ideas like that. 0 ominos. Some ominos occupy 0 cells. In those cells, mark a 0. Let's see. Not to mix up with white Kropki dots. If purple was 3, this would be a biomino. The top purple clue says top purple has 2 cells on the loop, and you have pencil marked one of them. Right, country road's not allowed to re-enter, is it? It must visit exactly once. Okay. So because the loop's not allowed to re-enter, and we've got this one, the only way we're getting 2... Hey, I have a line. The only way we're getting 2 is to draw that, and then it's not allowed to continue here. So it's going to come down. We're only visiting 1 of yellow, so it's going to leave. So it's not going to go left. And this is not going to go down. So this goes left and takes this corner. It's not going to go right, so it keeps coming down. Okay, I can get rid of those x's and that x. If I want purple to be 3, then the loop has to leave now. And it's gotta bolt out. But okay, so then this would turn. We'll say it as bifurcation mode here. Whoops, let's use blue. So if this bolted out, this would come out this way. They would race, well, yeah, because we couldn't go back up. So that would go more. Are we worried about... Looks illegal for country road borders? And yeah, now we're not allowed to visit either of these cells, which is against the rules. Because we can't put more in green, we can't put more in purple. Okay. So purple is not 3. Purple grows. Purple's at least 4. So I still don't know if these purples connect. I really feel like they ought to, but they don't have to. Unless I'm missing something. I should give this a color, but I don't know what color to give it. Just call that blue. Blue, it does need to grow. Okay, so we know the loop visits this cell because it can't visit this purple. And so that's a corner, isn't it? It takes this corner. Right, this is at least a 4 omino, and so we need more, we need to take more of green. So it goes down. Isn't this a... Wait, this is a 2. Because that's how many are in this purple. So if this was also the 2, then this would be a monomino, which I think is okay. Otherwise the 2 goes down here. Is there some reason we wouldn't want to connect these two as a single omino? It makes these two the same size, but that's not... It couldn't be 2 in size. This would be yellow, so it would grow here. Couldn't take this one. Oh, right. A road's not allowed to take... But yeah, there's so many different properties to keep in mind. But this obviously can't be yellow because it would be a done omino with all of the things visited with an arrow in it, which we already said isn't possible. So wait, how does this 2 grow? Because the road's taking... But oh, the road's taking both of this one, but that's okay because there's no arrow. Okay, got it. So that's a done omino. Done omino. Okay. And so this omino, whatever it is, can't be a monomino because of the arrow, so it goes down, and it can't be a biomino because it's next to 1, so it goes over here. And so there is a border here because this has to be a different omino. Let's just reuse purple here. This loop, I guess this loop could just leave and make that a monomino. Yeah, these aren't on the road. Okay, so these are also purple because these arrows pointing out are the same digit. So purple does need to grow because it's at least 2 in size. So now we need at least 2 digits, or 2, the loop needs to touch at least 2 blue cells. It's not going to go left. Yeah, we know the loop visits this omino. But I don't know. There's a few ways it can do it. Like we could do this corner, I think. Oh, well, oh, if we did this corner, then this wouldn't be blue. This would be a different omino. Could even be purple. No, it can't be purple. Probably we do this, but and then down. Okay. If this goes right, then green has to be bigger. Purple can't ever be bigger than 5, I guess. Purple is 4 or 5. I don't know that that purple's the same, but this purple's the same. Because if I continue... Wait, what was the reason I thought of that? If I go right... Maybe I'm wrong about 4, 5. Hold on. If I go right, then I have to leave now. And so that is 5. Purple would be 5. If I go down, I was thinking we can't make green bigger, but we can. I don't know why I thought that. Is there more like over here I can do? Yeah, I had marked this border, but I guess just marking the cell might be easier to see. The loop's in it, though. Oh, mark this O. Okay, so Zeta's point is this is a corner. This cell needs to be visited by the loop because this one's not. And it only has 2 exits. It can't go up, it can't go left, so it's a corner. And so now these have to connect. And so now green has to grow. Because we're not allowed to touch every cell. And now we know purple is 5. Okay. Oopsie. That's another X. So now this is a corner. We definitely don't want to connect these up, so that's going to have to go down. I really want to connect these 5s, but I don't know that I can. This now has no choice. It can't go left or right or back up, so it's going down. Okay. Yes, I'm missing this border. Oops. So we know that this isn't visited, so this must be visited. And it's another corner. Nice. Oops. You kind of wanted this puzzle to have one little loop and a giant omino? Well, with all these borders, you know it wouldn't have happened, but... Make a puzzle with country road, and the country road ends up like that. Even better, just somewhere random in the middle. Okay, so now we know actually that there must be a border here and here, because if this purple connected, then we would be visiting every cell, and then that's not allowed because there's an arrow in the region. So actually these fives don't connect, and this needs to extend out. We know blue is not 1 in size, so it continues. Could blue be 2 in size? I think so. Purple needs to get out. You swear you did one like that on stream once? I believe it. I don't think it's a novel idea or anything. Turns out they just used the country road rules in order to disambiguate a deadly pattern at the end. Just a tiny little... Just introduce the entire country road rule set just to disambiguate, like, deadly pattern. Sounds like a micro-study puzzle. Ah, blue can't be 2 because it's pointed at by purple, which has 3 in it already. Thank you. So blue comes out. There's a border here. What's this loop doing? It can't re-enter. Oh no, it could. This could come right and exit. No, we can't connect these loop ends together. Not for a long time. And if I went down and entered here, I would have to, and now I'd have this itty bitty loop. So it turns right. This is a 5. Blue can only grow 1 more max. Interesting. I don't think we can take this, can we? Maybe we can. Oh, purple needs 1 more. True. And it's done. This is only 3 or 4. Let's mark that. This is some other. Let's not use green. Let's use yellow. Yellow's pretty safe. Is it a monomino? Yeah, that's what I was seeing. Okay. I got a little confused, but let's say blue was 4. If blue is 4, then we need to grab another. If blue is 4, then that means we need to grab this. And then now we need to leave. We're not allowed to go down, but we'd be leaving into blue. And then we'd have this tiny, because blue would have to connect up, we'd have this tiny loop up here. So blue is 3 and it's done. A done omino. And then now this has to leave. which makes sense. And this has to leave because you can't take all... No, we could take all three. It doesn't have a clue. Okay. So this is some new omino. And it can't be a monomino because it has a clue. It's just a bit naive. Yeah, we've got a naive omino. A naive omino? Don't know much about omino. Me neither. Gray keeps growing. Yes. Because if gray was a 2, then these would have to both be 1s, and that doesn't make any sense at all. So gray does keep growing. Probably shouldn't have made it gray, but whatever. I mean, I guess we could have a biomino here and a biomino here, and then these could all be 3s. What we do know is that it has at least, it's visited by at least the loop. The loop is visited at least in 2 cells. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, it can't be 3 because of the blue, so it grows more. And now we have a monomino here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap the gray and the yellow. Okay. And so now there's a border here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, can't be that one. These connect. Let's give them a color. Green. The purple 5 must grow. True. Ooh, we finally finished our greenie. Finished greenie. 6s. Oh, true. This is the same orange. Must we visit more than 2? Oh, we must visit this cell because we didn't visit this cell. Okay, so that is a corner. Oops. Wait, purple needs to keep growing. Purple's not allowed to grow here. So purple's done, and this is not a visitable cell. So we go there. We draw the border. That's a done omino. So this is a 4. We'll give it a color. We can use green again. Right, not allowed to visit these 2. The done ominos fall like dominoes? True. East, wow. Okay. If this was 4, this would be a domino, and it would also be 4, and it couldn't be this 4, obviously. So that doesn't work. So there's a border here, and the tetromino goes down. I have a lot of trouble remembering which way is east and west. I've always have for some reason. I have to imagine. It's terrible. This is what I do. I imagine the United States in my head, and I go, "Oh, that's the East Coast." Okay, so east is right, and I never remember. That's how I remember it. It's terrible. I know north and south, but not east west easily. Sounds like Derek and say to do something similar. I'd much rather have. I know my right from left. Who's my sister again? GeoJester's my sister. West is left on a map where north is pointing up. Let's see. So, no, I don't know what to do with that. Yellow has some O's in it? Does it? Ah, one of these two needs to be visited. One of these two needs to be visited. Therefore, we must visit both of these, and the only way to visit both of them is to take this corner. Okay. Yellow? Do we have a restriction on how big yellow can get? I don't think we do. But we do know orange is at least 3 now. I don't know how to grow it. Right, we can O this one. Well, that means this goes down. We can O this one. Oh, we need one of these in, so that goes down. Maybe these connect? I don't know. Wait. Okay, yeah. So this omino is bigger than 3 in size. Bigger than 3 in size. Hey, Fresh Mango, how you doing? Yellow smaller than 66. Thank you, Garion. Thank you. That does limit it a bit. I was worried that it might be some cardinal of infinity. Erica also has trouble with left and right, so she's giving you directions, like if she's navigating while you're driving. There's a 50% chance she tells you the wrong way to turn. Let's see. My way or your way, that works. This is a corner. Fair enough. So is that. So is that. Zeta, I don't know if you caught it in chat, but you described a corner as a cell which only has 2 ways it can go. So does that mean this is a corner? That was my question. You would say it's a corner, but usually try and say corridor so people don't think you're nuts. But you think of it as a corner. Gotcha. I would say hallway. Corridor is a cooler word though. I guess I can say that these oranges aren't allowed to touch each other, so someone's got a... What is it that Simon says? Play gooseberry? Is that what he says? Must be a Britishism. Do you know the origin of that, Sarah? Or is it just like a random phrase? Nicholas's point is that one of row 1, column 8 and row 2, column 8 needs to be visited, and that tells you something. I'm trying to understand why. Oh, one of these needs to be visited. Yes. You get those two confused too, yes. I've seen you get more confused than that, so I don't feel too bad. Like you hear one coordinate and you just kind of assume in your head what the other coordinate is supposed to mean without actually like understanding it. Or like you just happen to be looking at something and you go, that's probably the cell they're talking about. One of these is in the loop by Country Road Rules. Okay, if this one is in, it's a corner. So no matter what, this one's in. And if this one's in, the only way to get there is through here. Okay. Blue now has to grow because it's not allowed to have the country road take all of its cells because it has arrows in it. And that does cut off purple a bit. So purple is 1, 2, or 3. Well, it's certainly not 1. It is 2 or 3. Now, if it's 2, then this is a monomino. If it's 3, then this is a big boy. It could even be blue, actually. One of these needs to be taken. I think we can do the same thing. If this one's taken, then this one's also taken. So this one's taken by the loop, which means it's not blue. Well, no, it could be blue. No, it couldn't be blue. It couldn't be blue because we'd have to go through blue to get there, and now blue would be 5, and purple would need to be 5, and that doesn't work. So there's a border. And it is at least this big. What color do I want to use? Let's use green. Oh, blue has 3 cells. Okay. Just got to use the correct information and you get stuff. And so now this is not allowed to be visited by our loopy. So it's got to go down. Which means this has to be visited by our loopy. How's it going to do that? No, it's going up. If it goes down, then it's going to have to come back around and then get itself stuck. So it goes up and it takes that. Okay. Now it's not allowed to go down still. So it takes all 3 of these and then comes down. Keeps going. That's a hallway. Cloister. Green has to grow, otherwise it has all of its cells taken, and that's not allowed for green. I have a problem here, and that problem's being resolved by not coloring those yet. Okay. Simon just correctly guessed whether those were the same color or not. Oh no. These are also 3s. Accurate. Which means this is a 1 or a 2, right? So let's give that a color because it's not any of these ones. Not to be confused with Cloister, the Pokemon. At this point, isn't there a Pokemon for every combination of letters that is pronounceable? And several that aren't. Fair enough. It wasn't an exclusive, it was an inclusive. 3s can't touch even if they're different colors. True. Okay, so those 3s don't touch. This is not a 2 or a 3, and it's not a 1. So it's at least 4 in size. The only way it's at least 4 in size is if it's orange. Which is that a problem? What would the ranks Pokemon look like? Good question. Wait. Okay, but the loop only hits 3 of its cells. And, well, okay, so the loop's clearly doing this. I hope the logic I did there was sound. It felt weird, but... Yeah, it would be tough to have consistent colors for different sizes. An electric type ranks an electric type. Now, what I don't know is whether this is orange and it turns. But okay, what I do know is this one's not taken. Andrew Sarkis gets upset the second there's 2 ominos in the grid of the same size with different colors. It's hard though. Like you don't want to like every once in a while just be completely recoloring everything and maybe make a mistake. Row 3, column 10 line. needs to avoid it extending down to avoid re-entering green to make 3. Wait, doesn't it mean it has to go down? I think you're saying it has to go down. Oh, it needs to extend down to avoid. I don't know how I misread what you said, but it now has to get out of green. But we don't know how it gets out of green because we don't know how green ends. Okay. You have this weird green loop pair coming out of green. Yes. One of these is loop and one of them's green. We should remember that if green comes down, then it comes all the way down. So neither of these would be loop. So we'd have this situation. We'd have this situation. Okay. True. Orange is the clue for yellow, and orange is at least 4. So first of all, we need to extend this, but also yellow needs to get bigger. Cool. I mean, this has nowhere to go if it doesn't keep going. It's a corner. So yellow has to get bigger again. So orange is now at least 5. This is most certainly a border. 4 has to get out. So orange is bigger. Hey, welcome, Casey. Are we... Okay, orange still has to grow. Orange is at least 5 big. No bet cell, yeah, no bet cell. It would be too confusing to draw bet cell in here. Oh, sorry about that, Casey. I've got a lot going on in my head right now. I apologize. Oh, these have to connect because they're in the same region. Okay, this 4 is allowed to be full. It's allowed to be a Fillomino because it doesn't have an arrow wherever it grows to. What disambiguates this area? Is a question in my head at the moment. There are no arrows here. Madness disambiguates it. That's fair. I think I want to clean up some of these x's that aren't important to know are x's anymore. Because it feels like I'm doing something, you know? Contemplate the loop in row 5, column 5. I spent a little bit of brain juice on it, but probably not enough. Well, oh, this is weird. So we have 3 ends in this area. We need another end in this area. We're not allowed to strand this duder. So if this goes right, it has to go up, and this duder gets stranded, and that's no good. Duders don't like being stranded. So this doesn't go right. So these connect. That's cool. No stranding of duders, no. Not allowed. Now what does that do? I don't know. It makes it look cleaner. I can clean these up now. It's however you feel like spelling it, Zeta. There's multiple acceptable spellings. Dude stranding. The Kojima game, exactly. Duder stranding is what's the name there? Oh, we don't need this circle for sure. Yeah, yellow has 5 cells on the road. Now, I know that means orange is at least 5, but I don't know what else it means. Just don't strand your duders, people. Don't strand your duders. Now, if someone strands you, you're allowed to say dude. So you've just dudered your strander, and that's fine. Just don't strand your duders, or they might duder you. This is all very good advice. I hope you're writing this down. All right. Clearly there's something I'm supposed to be seeing about like orange, maybe. Okay, well, if this is blue, this is also blue. Now, they're probably the same omino, but I can't prove that yet. These are the same. This is an omino of sorts. Oh, not necessarily. You're right. It was these that were the same, but these... Bottom left 4 can't grow down? It can't grow down because the loop can't re-enter. That's true. So this is an omino of some sort, which we're going to give a color that's going to make complete and total sense. Just you wait. The color that completely makes sense and is obvious to use is red. Okay. Oh, I thought this would get disambiguated like by something external. You're expecting human flesh color. I don't have a custom palette at the moment. I still use the default palettes. And I'm not a huge fan of switching between the palettes. It's a lot of button clicking. So we get red. Oh, Zeta doesn't have a custom either? We're just naming the defaults? Gotcha. Which one's human flesh? Is it this one? I think so. Or is it this one? These are very similar. This uses palette 2 and 3 like a maniac. Did you expect anything other than that from zetamath? So 4 goes left or right? Yep. If 4 goes right, yellow's done, which is... I would like yellow to be done. That would be nice. This must be like a Fillomino thing, and I'm not very good at Fillomino. Like, clearly, if one of these is broken, it feels like it's 4 going right. That would be easier to prove to be broken, but maybe that means my instinct's wrong and I should look at 4 going left? I don't know. Forcing every cell yellow to be visited. Why would every cell have to be visited? Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, okay. So if that's green, we've got some borders to draw here. Yellow is now a denomino and has to escape so that it's not a full omino. And so now this 4 is done, right? This needs to be taken by Loopy, but Loopy's not allowed to re-enter. So either Loopy re-enters or these are both non-Loopy, and that's one of those rules gets broken. Okay, gotcha. So it does go left. I have an arrow. Oh, this here be purple. True. That's done. This here be a 4. Very nice. We gotta visit something here somehow. I'll have to visit all 3, but we're gonna visit the middle one. Yeah, I don't know how this works out. All right, we're not allowed to connect these loop ends together, but I don't think that's really too much of a danger. Road My Country, row 3, column 9. Ah, this has to be taken as well. So we take that, and that's a corner. Okay, and that's not taken. So that goes down. So now yellow is a 2. My green loop pair, indeed. This is not allowed to be green, because if it was, green would be a full omino, and it's not allowed to be a full omino. Wait, is that true? Hold on. Oh, right. No, it's not allowed to have, it has to have exactly 3. It can't have more loop because of the 3 clue. That was the reason. So it can't take this because it can't get more loopies. So it takes this thing that I erased. And it's not allowed to have more loopies. So this loopy's got to get out. There we go. So these are loopies. This is a corner. This is not allowed to be yellow. So this is a new omino. We'll call it blue. There's a border here. If green comes out, then it's a monomino, which is fine, I guess. Yellow now needs one of... Okay, yellow takes one of these two. I don't know which. Ah, these are both 3s, true. Seems okay for the loop to go through all 3, though. I'm starting to think this is orange and the loop comes through here. This is never orange. If this were orange, this could not be orange, and our loop needs one more, and now it's stuck because it's not allowed to take another orange, but there's an orange on both sides. So there's a border here, for what it's worth. I don't know if I can prove the same thing here, but actually, yeah. Now I can't. Oh no, I can't prove the same thing there. Never mind. True. This one is visited by loop. One of these ends visits it, but not both. Is that? So that means that, okay, so that means that the loop does this, which is interesting. It really makes me want to go down and then back up and over and make that a 2. But it could go right and down and right and back up. No, that would loopy it. Hold on. We can't connect. Okay. One of these connects, right? I think this is Tall Cat's point. If it connects this way, this has to take this, then it has to leave, and now we've made a tiny loop. We've stranded all these duders. Look at all these stranded duders. It's not allowed. So it connects this way. And so I think it might do what I said. This has to continue down. Okay, so now this has to be the orange, right? So we're not coming back in. We're not allowed to connect these duders up, so this goes down. Oh, yeah, we know this is 3. Remember that arrows have meaning. Oh, we know this is 5. Which means we know this doesn't, the loop doesn't take this, it has to leave. We know this is 5. I would say that the loop either visits 2 or 3, or the loop never visits, oh no, what am I saying? 2, 3, or 4. I don't know. Oh, this yellow 2 can finish now. That's true. It's done. Green 3 needs to expand. It's certainly not expanding here. You're a new duder. 3 is done. A done omino. Could also be a full omino though, so this is not allowed to be 2 or 3, so if it grows a lot. This blue could be a monomino. Okay. This tetramino, or not tetramino, this 3 omino, if it grows up, it still needs to grow down. So it's going to grow down and it's going to connect up to this 3, which is what I thought was going to happen. Now it's been proven. So this is a done omino that's also a full omino. So now this can't be a 2 omino or be next to another 2 omino. So this is a monomino, which we do reserve gray for. And so now this can't be a monomino, so this is part of green. And so green is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6 omino. Loop does not visit this one, so this goes left. Don't strand a duder, so connect up. Yep, here's a cloister. So this is a full omino. Um, I think I could clean these up now. Blue is not a 1 because arrows have meaning. This blue, yes. If these were both monominos, then this country road would have to terminate here because it wouldn't be allowed to take any of the other cells around it. Or we'd have more than 1 in here. So blue is indeed an omino, the same omino, which is 3 or 4. So now our country road can't go right because then it would have to leave and it would be a 2. So it goes down, which means the road does need to touch both of these. This is a corner. So now it has to take this one as well. This needs to take more than these two. It has to go down, which means this is a corner. Orange is not allowed to have another loop, so this is a border. And so then this goes down or left. Oh, 3 can't touch 3. Very good point. And so now if this goes left or down, it will be loop. Why did I border what? This? I don't know. Because I made a mistake? Let's see. Oh, this can't go left. The loop can't go left. If the loop went left, then it would have to connect and we'd make this loop and we'd strand all these duders. Oh, David, thank you so much for the super chat. Such a wonderful joy to see Denver featured. The Mile High City is amazing. Indeed, I've been there. So if this went left, the only way it's going is down, and it's stranding all these duders. So it doesn't go left. Now what that, does that mean this doesn't go up? Yeah, this doesn't go up either. So this is not taken. And if that's not taken, it has to be yellow, because if there's a border, one of them has to be taken.
David Ratner donated $10
so now there's a border
through
here.
Super Chat. Such a wonderful joy to see Denver featured. The Mile High City is amazing.
And so now this is a cloister. But more importantly, yellow is not allowed to grow anymore because then we'd have a reentrant by our line. New cloister just dropped. Now we're not allowed to connect these still. That would still be a big loop. So this can't go down. It's got to go right. And this has to keep going right quite a bit. So orange needs to grow, and it's not allowed to grow here or we'd be re-entering. So orange does go here. And that one's done. Okay, so we've connected up all of this. We're getting close. How's all this getting resolved? Yes, I can write in 7 here. I don't think we're in danger of taking these anymore, so I'm going to clean that up. I don't think we're in danger of taking this. Or these two. Okay. Or this one. There's 7 cells here. Let's say this wasn't blue. Say we had an edge here. Yeah. So these would all be either some number of ominos. So it's not going to be all 1 because the 7 would be touching the 7. So this one wouldn't be a 4 or a 5 omino. I don't know how to do this math. Don't these have to be the same region? I don't know, maybe not. To me, it feels like what's going to happen is this is going to be a 4. Wait. No. I don't know if that's going to happen. What am I supposed to see about this? Okay, yeah. So whatever region this is, let's call it... Is there anything safe to call it? Let's just not call this red, and let's call this red. Red has an arrow in it, so it's not allowed to be a Fillomino. So it must take this one in order to not get a road. And this must not be a road. That means 4 takes this one and is done. This country road, there's a corridor here. So since red is at least 2 in size. Forgot this border, true. Okay, so there's with an X here across this border, we do need to take this one. And there's an X here. No, yeah, because the loop's just not going to be able to take this one. Wait, no, yeah, because we can't re-enter. Yeah, there's so many different rules. So this is a corner. Yeah, so this region, yeah, this is at least size 2. So we need at least 2 loop cells. So red is at least 3 in size. If I grow again, I actually have to grow to 6, don't I? Because I am touching a 4 and a 5. So if I grow to 6. And then there's a monomino here. And that would mean that this would have to be a 6 size region. I don't know if that's a problem or not. No, this would be a 5 size region, sorry. This is not a 4 size region. Oh. Right, okay, purple also has an arrow. So it cannot be a full omino. It only has one place to grow here. It still is a full omino. So it has to grow again. So it's at least 4. Which means red needs to grow, and so it does exactly what I said. Sven's tool is telling me there are no more 6 size regions, which is just wonderful. I should probably turn that off, but let's see. Let's see. This, I don't think I need this X anymore. This one might come in handy. So this has to grow again. Let's give this a color. Blue should be safe. In fact, we know this is a 5. Border here. I worry about this growing at all. If it's 2 in size, that's bad. If it's 3 in size, that's bad. Now if it's 4 in size, that's bad. Now if it's 5 in size, that's bad. So it would grow to at least 6. And it would re-enter. That was all forced, right? If we grow at all, we're not a 2, we're not a 3, we're not a 4. Grow again so that we're not a 5, but even now we're re-entering. So this is a monomino. So this one here, which is not it, I think it's got to be a 2, but I don't know for sure. Let's see. 2 is viable. 3 is not. 4 is not. 5, oh, the 5 could just extend up here though. Oh, but it's purple. That would be annoying. Let's see. Hold on. If 5 took this one, that would mean that whatever omino is here has 5 loops in it. So it would be this ish. True. This is at least 3, so it's got to grow. Okay, so does that break what I just said? Wrong way round, that's not what it means. So this is 3 or 4. $12 cells left. 5's gonna take those. 3 takes at least those. Again, this is either a 2 or it's way bigger than 2. But I think it could be this 5. It could be this purple 5. And that's what's throwing me off. Oh, the line does have to visit this one. So I don't know if I can prove that means this line goes up though. I don't think the line can't. This is a dead end. The line can't take this one. So this is a corner. There we go. Now I've proven it takes it. And this, it's gotta, I guess it could go down. I'm struggling with this end here. Okay, the line doesn't visit this because that's a dead end. If this loop connected up, the loop would be done and blue wouldn't be visited. So it can't connect up. So it goes down. So now we can't, purple can't go right because that would re-enter. So purple goes up. And purple's not allowed to be a full omino, so it's going to take this one, so it can avoid taking a thing. So we got to make it a different color. We can make it orange to match the other 5s. So that's a border. That's a border. So this is a 4 now. So we need probably a 1 and a 2. I don't know. This arrow is probably key. Wait, this cell here must be a monomino. Because otherwise it's re-entering. So now this loop, that's a corridor. So only one cell of this is visited. I think what happens is then... Okay, let's think about 4. 4 only takes this one or this one. It can't take, okay, 4 can't take both of these, because if 4 took both of these, then it would have 2 loops in it with a 1 clue. So since 4 can't take both of these, it must take this one. This is not allowed to be a monomino. And it's not allowed to be a biomino because it's got a 1 clue and it would have 2 loops. So I think that this has to be the 4. I don't know if I've correctly proven it, but I got the correct answer. Let's finish our loop. There we go. And we're done. Wow. Just in time, too. We did 1 3/4 puzzles today. That's fine. No duders were stranded. Yes. All right, is there any way we can fix the colorings here? Is that going to be too hard? I mean, I guess I could say 3s are purple. I could say 5s are orange. 4s are blue. 6s are green. Did I fix it? Oh, I have too many yellows. 7's got to be its own color. We'll make 7 red. Nice. Thanks, Zeta. That was fun, but I'm glad I had help. Let's just say. I am not experienced with Country Road. Not very experienced with Country Road or Tetramino. It's kind of funny that I had the I have this mark solve digits on, which is not a good idea for this puzzle because it gave away that I had finished regions of certain sizes when I finished them. I wonder how that can be avoided. I don't know. Cool. Well, that's going to be the stream. It's 2 o'clock. Thank you, everybody. Thank you especially to David Ratner for the super chat today. Thank you to all my super supporters, The Asylum, Peter, David Ratner, Sotek, Franco, Mathgeek, Kenny, Woofer, and Rise to the Equation. Thanks to all my members and patrons. Again, I'm still working on figuring out my stream schedule and how that's going to work. I'll probably have that figured out soon, but I will make announcements both in Discord and a community post once I have that worked out. My stream time for the weekdays is going to change, almost certainly, but we'll see when exactly that's going to be. So keep an eye out for those posts or those announcements, and I will see you next time I stream once I figure that out. So have a great weekend, everybody, and I will see you next time.